technology stuff, you know.
Yeah, right. I'm still getting used to it.
No, for sure, dude. Igor, thanks for making time, dude. I know you have a busy schedule. I know all about the scheduling for press, dude. You guys get like 5 to 10 a day, and it's just like holy moly guacamole, dude. It's nuts.
Yeah, no, it's been a good one already, but I'm glad that I could still make it on here.
For sure, dude. How you been handling like all the press ever since you're dropping Go Ahead and Die? Just like all the attention. Are you used to it right now?
I'm honestly not, man. With my bands before this, we definitely didn't get as much attention in press and stuff. I guess I could thank Nuclear Blast for that. They're really working hard to push this record. But I'm doing my best, man. I'm just taking it in stride. Using a little cannabis to help out and not go insane, and just doing my thing, man.
Well, hey, man, I'm all with you, man, dude. I love smoking my indoor. I love having my edibles, and
Exactly.
I'm surprised I woke up this morning after everything I did last night.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Well, Igor, thanks for making time to be on the Metal Mixtape, dude. I love the music you're releasing, dude. I'm a big thrasher. You have like some mean like death metal growl feels in it, mixed with some thrash, dude. And I thought it was absolutely brutal, dude. I love the chorus riff, dude. I thought the
Yeah,
chorus riff really brought me back to like the '80s, you know,
for
like
sure.
especially with the truckload full of bodies, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
right there, it's like man, it took me back, dude. It was dope.
yeah, it's got that meat and potatoes, it's not faked. It's authentic from the heart heavy metal.
Sure, dude. So one of the things I want to know, dude, is how you got into music. Like, obviously, like people know that like, your dad, Max, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you've probably been surrounded about and almost molded by it. I guarantee you were probably one of those little kids that met a lot of cool people when you were younger.
Yeah, no, I definitely I got lucky with a foot in the door, you know what I mean? I got to see concerts at a young age and be backstage at a young age and stuff. But um, my love of metal was natural. I got into it on my own. It was never forced. It was never my dad didn't fucking put the headphones on me and make me listen to it. It was totally my own decision. And for me, man, I grew up in Phoenix, so I was just like a little skate rat who was into punk and shit like that. And it was only natural that I slowly just got into more extreme stuff like death metal and grind, doom metal, stuff like that later on. But my introduction would have definitely been like punk, and then like early heavy metal like Sabbath and Judas Priest and Iron Maiden, stuff like that.
Yeah, well, tell me like the first time like you decided to like start doing vocals or like play guitar. Was there a moment where like you just decided you wanted to like dive in? And like I know vocals, I know it takes like years to develop and all that. Like, tell me your journey of as far as like beginning to play instruments and stuff.
To be honest, I don't remember the exact day or anything like that. But I imagine I probably just picked one of the guitars that was in our house up at some point and just started messing with it. And it was definitely like an instant love, man. Once I picked up guitar, I tried bass. I played drums for a little while. I tried it all to see what I liked, and ended up sticking with guitar. But once again, never forced. Never. My parents were pretty cool about that. They didn't want to make it like a job or a chore or something like that. So it was just a natural. I picked up the guitar. I realized that I could kind of strum the strings, and from there the whole world opened up.
Uh, dude, that's pretty awesome, dude. Once you started playing guitar and all that, did your dad ever notice? It was like, hey, man, can I teach you a few tricks here and there?
He tried to, and I think I got kind of pissed off because I was having trouble with it. And he's like, I'm just gonna let him figure out what he's trying to do for a little bit. But I did notice as we were writing the Go Ahead and Die record, he had to couple of the riffs he came up with. He had to kind of like, oh, you do it like this, not like that. So actually, as I got older, he showed me a couple things. I think when I was a teenager, I was a little too angsty, and I was like, leave me alone, Dad. You know, I want to learn. Like,
Did you were telling me about how like you were like a skater and like you were like into punk music and all that. Did you ever play like any crossover like transitioning from like punk to metal?
yeah, man. My first band, which I'm not in anymore. We haven't been active since 2018, but first band I was in called Lodi Kong was centered around like mixing up as much shit as we could do, and that definitely had like a crossover punk metal type deal going on. And I even think with Go Ahead and Die, there's definitely when you hear the rest of the record, you'll notice there's some punk shit on it. There's some like I really like Crust, like Doom and Anti-Cymix and stuff like that. So there's definitely like a crust punk element to that record as well that I think will be more apparent in the other songs.
Dude, that's awesome, dude. I don't think I've heard a whole lot of that coming out of Nuclear Blast yet. Especially with like,
Yeah,
I always hear like a lot of like symphonic bands come out of Nuclear Blast, but hearing this thrash record, dude, it was a breath of fresh air, dude.
yeah, man. We might change up their style. You never know. If this does good, they might start opening up other doorways.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude. I enjoy it, dude. Dude, like obviously, like you said, you grew up in metal. You grew up with your dad and all that, dude. Was there a moment or not a moment, but was there anybody you met along the way that like maybe gave you some advice that really like sank in? And somebody besides like your dad, because I know like you said you were like behind stages a lot. You were meeting people. Is there somebody you met that kind of stood out to you that you were just like, hey man, like thanks, dude, I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. It's pretty funny. I'm actually fucking rocking the shirt showing respect right now, but Today's the Day was like a big band for me of just like awesome noise, sludge, crazy shit. When I was about 15, I got heavily into them, like when I started smoking weed and shit or whatever. And I actually ended up meeting Steve at a show in Phoenix, their main singer, Steve Austin. And lo and behold, man, now that was when I was like 17. I met him. I'm 26 now. We toured together. They opened up for Nail Bomb when we did that, and he did my other band, Healing Magic. He actually recorded our most recent record, and that dude is like a wholesome well of knowledge, like from the underground scene, and he just taught me a lot of stuff about being on the road, about like just keeping your head together and stuff like that. And he's just a swell dude who's taught me a lot of lessons about just music and the road and stuff like that. And I love that dude now.
That's awesome, dude. You were talking about going on tour. Anytime I talk to a vocalist that sings a little bit in like the harsher style, how are you able to maintain that going on tour and playing shows to shows? Because I'm a singer in a thrash band. I do like the melodic stuff sometimes, but and I'll try to throw like some harsh vocals in there. But if I do it too much and not right, I'm gonna blow my voice out. And I couldn't imagine doing it on tour, dude. How do you make that happen? What's your routine?
Yeah, man. Like, so when I started, I would blow my voice like every tour. Where if you met me like 3 weeks into a tour, I'd be like, "Hey, man, what's going on, man? What's up?" And cause I was just doing it wrong. I didn't know. I was like a teenager, so I just go up there and yell. And over the years, I just kind of developed it. And what really got me dialed in was when I did Soulfly did the Nail Bomb record, and they had me do Alex Newport's vocals. So when not only was I had to learn his parts and kind of do it in his style, but my band was opening up that show as well. So I was actually doing two shows a night for like 3 weeks on end, and something just sort of clicked mentally where I learned how to do it more from my gut, less from my throat, and ever since then, I can I can scream pretty much whenever, like without running out. I smoke, I smoke weed and shit, and it doesn't burn me out. I will say the booze burns out my throat. If I drink, I can't really scream as good. Weirdly enough, it does something to me. But yeah, smoking's no problem.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I always say, screaming is like an underrated art because it does take a whole lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh,
I,
definitely. Yeah.
I really enjoy watching those videos where like I think it was like Jared Dine walking around seeing if everybody could scream and like literally like 95% of the people wasn't close.
Yeah, no, it takes a lot of energy, and you do have to project. You really have to make yourself heard and have technique to it, or you're gonna blow your voice out, or you're gonna have a sore throat, or you're just gonna not sound good, even.
Yeah, for sure, dude. No, dude, doing vocals is totally insane, dude. Because like I think like doing clean vocals and harsh vocals, there's definitely like their dynamics. Like I noticed that like ever since I tried to sing with like my diaphragm, that I was having more back issues.
Interesting. That's funny,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I'm trying to. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. This isn't
No,
about
of
me.
course. When you change one thing, you mess it up. But otherwise, outside of the actual how I scream, I'll eat cough drops like the 2 hours before my set and 2 hours after my set. I'll just kind of constantly keep cough drops in my mouth, and that because I notice like dryness is really what will make me not be able to scream after a while. And yeah, so I stay moisturized. Drink lots of water. Don't drink too much booze, and practice. Scream a lot. But like you said, the two different dynamics. That's a whole like guys that can scream and sing and stuff. Like I love Dax Riggs from Acid Bath. That dude is like the master of doing like this scream into like really really good melodic singing and yeah, it all just comes down to technique and how you do it and approach it and stuff like that.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Tell me about your first big show, like your first big opportunity where like you were in one of your first smaller bands and you guys got a shot to open for somebody. Like the first time you ever got those big jitters where you're like, all right, Igor, like don't fuck this up. Like you, come on, guys, we got to go out there and fucking destroy it. This is one of our shots. Did you ever have a big show moment like that?
Yeah, man, I'd say with my early band Lodi Kong, we got really lucky and got to do this festival in Texas that had a bunch of bands, but Gohor was the headliner, and I was like just talking about Acid Bath, so like being at a show that Sammy was at, and like kind of getting a chit chat with him for a second, like me and my wife were like talking to him. She's a big Acid Bath fan as well. We're like getting a chit chat with him and like be on the band that's like opening and stuff was that was definitely a big moment. And then my band I have nowadays, Healing Magic, we got lucky enough to open up that Beneath the Remains like anniversary tour that my folks did. And some of those shows were pretty big and like had a lot of people, and we got a really good reaction. So those have definitely been some milestones for me.
I love it, dude. I love it. Is for outside listeners, just for like an outside perspective of musicians that really want to get into the music industry, that want to get signed, that want to play these big tours, was 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 doing all this everything you expected? And what are some lessons you learned about being in the music industry that listeners or musicians listening could learn off of?
It's hard work. You need to put that work in just like any other outlet, any other business. You need to what you put in is what you're going to get out. So my best advice to anyone is like stay focused, know what you want. You see a lot of like new upcoming bands where they look like a power metal band, but they play like a thrash metal band, and their audience is punk. And like it is try to stay focused. Know your know what you're going for. And do the best job of that you can. Because too many distractions and things like that can get in the way of making good music, and executing things right. So definitely just treat it as seriously as you would something else. I notice a lot of people look at like band shit as like fun, and it is fun. Don't get me wrong; it's great to tour and do that, but there's a lot of work that goes into it. We're doing press. You need to come up with aesthetics and album covers and shirts, and your stuff needs to be cool. You need to be cool. People want that. That's what people are gonna want, and just work your ass off to make it the best thing that it can be. And you're gonna have tons of obstacles and stuff, so be ready for them because they're gonna come up when you least know it. Shit, man, I've been on tour and had an avalanche stop us, and fucking storms and floods and roads fucking getting closed and all types of crazy stuff. You never know. You never know what to expect, So it's like you gotta just be ready for the worst, stay focused, and treat it seriously.
That's a perfect follow up to my next question is tell me your craziest tour story you ever. Maybe if somebody got too drunk, somebody decided to punch somebody, an avalanche in front of your tour band. Tell me, maybe you probably have a bunch, but tell me one that sticks out.
Yeah, so he might get a little embarrassed, but I'm still gonna say it. But I was on tour with my brother Richie and his band Insight. We were like sharing a van. There was like 5 or 6 of us in it, and most of us are sleeping, and it's the middle of the night. And my brother Richie's driving, and all of a sudden we just wake up to him screaming, and so we all like wake up in a panic or whatever. And lo and behold, he was like driving and had to piss, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna save some time and just pee in this bottle while I'm driving. Then I don't gotta pull over and like fuck up my vibe or whatever." And of course, he's peeing and driving, and he hits a bump or something, and next thing you know, he's pissing all over the front of the van and screaming and driving at the same time, and it was just madness. We all woke up thinking we were about to die or something, and he's just like, "Oh man, I fucking pissed all over the place," like, And so yeah, he tried to save time by doing that, and ended up adding like an hour of all of us getting out and making sure our stuff's clean, and like stuff like that. But bathroom stories are usually the worst on tour. I will say that, So always go when you're at a truck stop or a restaurant, or because you don't want something stupid to happen over going to the bathroom.
Yeah. I've always learned to pack your own toilet paper too, man.
Absolutely. Good call. And baby wipes, some sanitizing wipes. The road is a gross place.
What's the longest you've seen anybody go without a shower on tour?
Oh God, dude, I'm not gonna lie. I think my dad did it as a bet one time when we were kids, how long he could go, and my man went like a week or so without a shower, week and a half probably, and that's pretty bad. I don't know though. I don't know who actually holds that title. I'm kind of a clean freak, so definitely not me. I'm the dude who'll get a wash in every day if possible, But my dad, he's a little more punk rock.
Dude, hey, I you know what? Hey man, I love food a whole lot. Tell me something your family used to eat at your your dinner tables when you were younger. What do you guys like to eat?
Well, here's funny enough, man. A lot of people don't know, but on my mom's side, we have like Russian heritage, so we were actually raised with a lot more of that because, but her and her family all live together, so we'd go to like my grandma's and stuff on the weekends. So usually we'd have like traditional Russian stuff like pierogi, pierogies, beef stroganoff, borscht, stuff like that. But on my dad's side, he would do like Brazilian barbecue and feijoada and stuff like that, like rice and beans. He would bring the more Brazilian Latin culture to the table, whereas my mom's side is like Eastern European Slavic.
Dude, that's badass, dude. You got some influences going there, dude. I'm straight Mexican, so we're eating straight Mexican food every single day.
Oh, dude, I grew up in Arizona, man. Most of my friends were Mexican growing up. I love Mexican food. I love fucking Tex-Mex, all that shit. Like horchata, churros. It's my jam for sure.
All right, dude. All right. Before we end the interview, I'm gonna ask you a couple quick questions. Completely. Well, actually, they're not completely not music related. I'm just gonna ask you 3 quick questions. Are you ready, Igor?
Let's do it.
All right, dude. If you could play for any band in any era, dead or alive, for one set, who's that band?
Neurosis around through Silver and Blood, probably. Because they were just angry as fuck and heavy as fuck, and that's like my Bible right there.
Yeah, and you know what? I noticed that like always like the first couple of albums of every band, it's like they're always the angriest, you know?
Yeah, no, definitely.
I don't know if like maybe like getting signed or getting more attention or something, or maybe just getting older, maybe just changes it. Because I know we mature, you know?
Yeah, who knows, man? I'm young still, so I'm still angry. So but no, definitely like early '90s era Neurosis. I would love to play some of those songs. That'd be sick.
All right, all right. Yeah, all right. Here's this next question. I tried to ask somebody else this question and they couldn't answer it. So I'm gonna see if you can answer it. This is a gross one. Can you handle gross questions?
Yeah, I'm down, man. Bring it on.
Would you rather have a dick-sized nipple or nipple-sized dicks?
Probably dick-sized nipple, man. Flaunt them. Go to the beach, topless with them things dangling out. Why not?
All right.
It's better than a nipple-sized dick, so.
All right. If you were able to choose your death, but you had to get killed by a movie serial killer or a movie just villain, who would you choose to kill you?
Jason Voorhees and swift decapitation, man. Make it quick, or just stab me right through the heart. I don't want to suffer. I want it to be quick. And definitely Jason Voorhees. He's always the most badass.
I like it, dude. In a zombie apocalypse, if you only could have one weapon to kill the zombie horde, what is that one weapon?
Katana, probably.
Katana?
You don't need ammo. You can just stay inside, keep your back to a wall, and just chop them down till there ain't none left.
I like it, dude. Is there a band you're really into that you think is underrated that should get more attention?
Yeah, dude. My buddies in Noisem. I'll give them a shout out for sure. They're an up and coming band out of Baltimore, and I've gotten the chance to tour with them. I've had them at my place, put them up when they're on the road. I really love those dudes. They're doing really good, like Repulsion style, old school grind death metal. So yeah, I'd love to give them a shout out because they could always use more attention.
Dude, hell yeah, dude. Well, dude, I'm super excited for the release of Go Ahead and Die. For everybody listening, please go check out Truckload Full of Bodies. It's fucking awesome. Like you were saying, there was a fusion of a whole lot of different metals, different genres. It's fucking sick. There's even a point where like you're just fucking headbanging like you were fucking in the 80s or some shit. Before I let you go, could you do me one last favor?
Yeah, what's up, man?
You say this is Igor from Go Ahead and Die, and you're listening to the Metal Mixtape?
Yeah, absolutely. This is Igor from Go Ahead and Die. You are listening to the Metal Mixtape. Hell yeah.
Hey, brother. Thank you for making time today. I know you have a crazy schedule. I appreciate it always, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You're welcome, and thanks for having me on the show, man. Have a good day, all right?
Of course, man. Good luck the rest of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. You too. Later, man. Peace.